Welcome everyone and thank you so much for joining in. So as you can see, today's video is definitely going to be a very interesting video because we are comparing price action of Bitcoin with S&P 500 and Nasdaq 100 index. Why? Because we are aware, guys, crypto market is very much correlated with traditional market. So any sort of a movement here to the upside or positive movement in price action of Nasdaq S&P 500, that could be also reflected here in price action of Bitcoin or crypto market in general. So let's find out what is Nasdaq and S&P 500 flashing us right now so that this exact movement could be also reflected here in price action of Bitcoin. If you like what you just heard, then do destroy that like button, and also for those individuals watching this for the first time, hit the subscribe button and the bell. Now let's jump into the content. Now let's start with Nasdaq S&P 500 and then we are going to look into Bitcoin price action because we want to find out first what could be unfolding here. So if we look at this Nasdaq chart, this is Nasdaq, this is S&P 500. You can see right now we are following this falling trend line. Each and every time this falling trend line has been tested, after that we have seen a relief rally type of scenario playing out, right? And exact thing is also unfolding here with S&P 500. So not just only Nasdaq, but also S&P 500 is actually showing us that maybe we could be preparing ourselves for this relief rally type of scenario, since we are testing the lower line area exactly just like here from Nasdaq price action, because we have seen each and every time this falling trend line has been tested, after that a relief rally type of scenario. And this relief rally, if you look at from the previous example, from this top till this bottom area, it came across 0.5 to 0.618, was unable to find a proper support. After that, a bigger price retracement, making more of a dead cat bounce type of scenario. And now if this exact scenario is also going to be unfolding here, we are also expecting this relief rally to continue at least towards this 0.5, 0.618 before choosing an actual trend duration, because we know, guys, we are aware not just only this falling trend line, also here to the downside, this falling trend line is very important, and this is also pointing us that we are actually expecting some sort of a relief rally to happen here in S&P 500 and also in Nasdaq. And if that is going to happen, then we are aware this exact scenario comparing S&P 500 Nasdaq chart, we are also expecting a relief rally to happen in price action of Bitcoin, because we have seen each and every time this falling trend line has been tested just like here, after that we have also witnessed some relief rally type of scenario. So that's why, since we are also exactly at this falling trend line around this 29,000 30,000 area, so if the support is going to be there, then you can see Nasdaq is already showing this movement. It's also acting as a leading indicator right now. So that's why we are also expecting this relief rally type of scenario to play out in price action of Bitcoin. And not just only this example here is pointing out that maybe we could be actually seeing some sort of a relief rally type of scenario playing out in price action of Bitcoin, but also looking through this in a smaller time frame, because according to this descending broadening wedge or this inverse head and shoulder, we were actually expecting the price of Bitcoin to remain above this 29 to 30,000, and after that a slow movement here towards this 32,500 and also 34,000 range. Why? Because we have been very clear, if the price of Bitcoin manages to remain above this 29,000, then we are still expecting this relief rally to continue. First target is 32.5, which is the top of this broadening wedge. That's going to be our first target, and the second target 34,000 is the target from this inverse head and shoulder, which I also showed you yesterday. So that's why these two targets are going to be our potential target for this upcoming days. But for that, we have to stay above this 29,000 area, because we are not allowed to break below. If we are going to break below this 29,000, then you can see this is going to be a fake out, and then price again showing this movement. So that's why for us it's so important that the price of Bitcoin does manages to remain above this 29,000 area. And beside this example, what I also want to talk is this symmetrical triangle, because yesterday many were commenting that this symmetrical triangle, since it's being formed when the trend is in a downtrend, is considered as a bearish symmetrical triangle. Yes guys, you are right. I'm not saying that you are wrong, but what has also happened in most of the cases, right, is a breakdown, a quick fake out, and then price again showing this impulsive movement before choosing an actual trend direction. So that's why I was pointing out, even though this could be a bearish scenario, right, price could be showing this movement again towards the 29,000 support line. Be careful, because that could be a fake out here in the immediate short term, and price again showing this impulsive movement, because we have just found out that S&P 500 and Nasdaq could be actually preparing for a really rally type of scenario. So that's why that could positively affect the price action of Bitcoin as well, because we have seen, guys, we have seen each and every time the price of Bitcoin had showed this impulsive movement. Exactly at the same time, we can also see an impulsive movement in Nasdaq, or when we started this downward rally from this November or December 2021, exactly that was also the top from us. After that, this retracement, just like here, relief rally happened, right? Relief rally happened, and after that, a retracement. So now this Nasdaq is pointing out we could be seeing some sort of a relief rally, because this is a green candle, and it's also indicating that maybe we could be seeing some sort of a move in the in tech stocks. And if that is going to happen, then you can see this descending broadening wedge and inverse head and shoulder could be also playing out very, very well. Even though this is looked at a bearish scenario, this symmetrical triangle, price could see this quick drop towards the 29,000, faking out, right, and then again showing this really flat. So that's why, guys, please be careful and do not over leverage yourself, because we know in a bigger frame the price of Bitcoin right now could be just entering this capitulation phase, and this capitulation phase, we don't know how long it's going to take. It might be a year of capitulation, month, right? So that's why, guys, since we have just started this capitulation phase, we could be still in a downtrend, but for the immediate short term, we could be seeing some sort of a really rally playing out. So that's why we have to be extremely careful, because we know this capitulation phase is going to end when we see this RSI line again jumping above 50 level, and at the same time, this exact time, this William percentage error also above -80. If that is going to happen, then you can see we could be also slowly coming out of this capitulation phase and starting this actual markup phase for Bitcoin, because it has happened a lot. So that's why, guys, that's why we also want to see an actual movement from this RSI crossing above this 50 level, and at this same exact time also this William percentage error coming over -80. So if that is going to happen, then we know this capitulation phase has ended, and now we could be slowly starting this new markup phase. And not just only this example, right? This here is also very important, where I have pointed out each and every time the price of Bitcoin has lost the support from this 50 weekly moving average, we always got gravitated towards the 200 weekly moving average. And since in our case this 200 weekly moving average is still open, so that's why if this capitulation phase is going to last longer, then you can see we could be seeing a movement here in this manner, price testing the 200 weekly moving average, and after that starting this new impulsive movement here in this manner. So that's why, guys, that's why even though we are expecting this really rally type of scenario to happen in price action, that doesn't mean the trend is actually going to be a bullish trend. We are still in a downtrend, right? This is still a continuation pattern. If you look at this in this manner, what we want the price of Bitcoin to do is slowly come out of this downtrend, because we are clearly seeing this lower highs, lower lows type of scenario playing out here in price action of Bitcoin. So for this to end, we need a proper accumulation phase, or we need to come out of this capitulation phase for Bitcoin. So these are some of the quick update that I wanted to share with you in today's video. If you enjoyed my work, then do hit the like button, and also for those individuals watching this for the first time, hit the subscribe button and the bell. So by saying this, I'm signing out. My name is Anup. Bye bye.